obviously a bailing effort, especially considering some of the young guys there. But when Jokic is, going like that, is there anything?
Yeah, there you go.
When Jokic is going like that, is there anything you can kind of do about that?
Yeah, we wanted to try to double once he got going, but our game plan was to make him score and just take away his passing, take everybody else out of the game. I thought the first half we did a good job with that. We knew Jamal Murray would be more aggressive in the second half, but I didn't think he would score 55. He made some threes. He plays like a guard when Zoo is on him. Pin downs and all that stuff, which is tough for Zoo to try to navigate through. Then when you go smaller on him, he just post up, and then so it's just a tough cover. But I didn't think he would get 55. But for the most part, first half was really good. It's just the third quarters that are killing us. Not being able to score the basketball, not taking care of the ball. So we just got to get better with the third quarter.
I was going to say, it's just been a recurring problem that third. What are you seeing in that third? Is it just like a
It looks like, just a lack of energy. I'm not sure if it's fatigued and, James and Zoo having to play so many minutes, just to stay afloat. It's kind of tough. So just, getting our engines going again, coming out in that third quarter. We addressed it at halftime, just being better. But, you can't come out and give them 43 points in the third quarter, expect to win.
Ty, obviously that other result wasn't what you wanted, but what did you make of the bench's play tonight? I think they scored at least 60 points, 15 threes.
Yeah, I thought the bench was really good. I thought they came in, gave us a lot of energy. Kobe Sanders, Jordan, Bogey's energy was really good, And so just, got to keep growing these young guys. They're going to make some mistakes. We understand that. But I did love the way they played. I thought, they played the right way. The ball moved. Guys got open shots. We attacked the paint, made the right play. And so just, keep giving those guys, room to grow. And I thought tonight was a step in the right direction.
You mentioned Kobe and Jordan being in the rotation. Is this something that's going to be the case going forward with guys with the young guys?
Yes, sir.
Firmly in the rotation?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Ty, so it looks like teams are starting to, collapse on James off that high pick and roll. Have you kind of talked to him a little bit about just trying not to get frustrated with, the limited options? And have you had any encounters, you think you're going to go outside of that offense that you wanted?
Yeah, we can, just all the teams we played this year, just guys are just, telling guys to stay load up on James. Not giving him a lot of space. And so, he just have to keep trusting, keep making the right pass, keep making the right play. Which I thought he did tonight, and we're gonna make shots. If we don't, just playing good basketball is the most important thing, just showing trust in these guys. And I thought James did that tonight. You just can't get frustrated. Teams are gonna blitz him. He's a great pick and roll player, a great one-on-one player. They're not just gonna let him play, and so just making an open pass, making a simple play. And I thought he was trying to do that tonight.
So besides the fact that Nikola was going off individually, you saw in that third quarter, there's still the miscommunications. There's still guys who, for whatever reason, they get lost off the ball. How do you address that? You just
It's part of basketball. I mean, you're gonna get lost. You're gonna make some mistakes, but just try not to make too many. And so when you're playing against a guy like Joker, you make a mistake, he's gonna make you pay. And so we just gotta be locked in. Just try to limit our mistakes as much as possible. I mean, it's going to happen in a game. But, like I said, overall, I thought we did some great things outside of that third quarter that really set us back.
Coach, speaking of the third quarter, when the offense gets stagnant like that, as a coach and as a staff, what can you guys kind of do to kind of get you guys out of that funk?
Yeah, I mean, just continue to preach what we preached the first half, and so sharing the basketball, moving bodies, moving the basketball. And, they did some things of switching up, putting Joker on different guys when, Brooke was on the floor. But it still shouldn't make us stagnant. Like I said, our young guys come in and they do exactly how we need to do it.
You guys obviously got a big road trip here, chance to get away from home. Are there positives you can take out of the trip where you have been here? It feels like the beginning of training camp for the most part.
Yeah, we just got to, tell the guys in the locker room, we just got to find ourselves on the road. This is a great time to do it. Staying together, sticking together, and we hit some rough patches, these last 6 games, and so going out on the road, finding ourselves, playing better basketball, getting some wins. And it starts with Dallas, coming up. It's not going to be an easy game.
In your experience, what is it about a road trip, especially maybe when you're struggling?
I mean, just, the guys coming together, the dinners, the team dinners, being able to see each other more, and it's about us, like it's us against the world, so you're on the road and you're able to be together more, talk basketball, things that we can do better. And so, like I said, it's a good trip for us coming up, and let's see what we can do.
Last one.
Ty, how would you evaluate John through his first 2 starts?
It's different. I think, we could feature more out of timeouts, do different things when he was coming off the bench. I think starting, I think with James and Zoo on the floor, getting most of the touches, it's been tough for him. He hasn't done anything wrong. Just trying to figure out, his place and, how we can use him more effectively. So that's on me. But just more so keeping his spacing. I think he's used to like ducking in and playing around the dunker, but he's a good shooter as well. So just work on just spacing the floor, not being inside the 3-point line and things like that. Last game, I thought we missed him a few times when he ran the floor, had duck ins against Luke Kennard, like under the basket. We just didn't make the play, and so we just got to take advantage of things like that in transition, getting him easy baskets, let him take advantage of smaller guys as well.
And if I can, this was the 3rd straight game CP didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking to see out of him on nights where he doesn't play?
No, just his leadership. Just his leadership, talking to the guys, talking to the coaches of what he sees, what we can do better, and so. Before we acquired him, we just told him he wasn't going to be a every night guy, and so he understood that, and so he has so much knowledge, and he's been around the game so long that he can help us in other ways as well.
You got to stay aggressive. Just knowing always got to stay ready. Never know when your number's called, and coming off the injury, just excited to get back out there and go from there.
Ty said that he's looking for the bench unit and the young guys to supply energy. Kind of, what does that look like?
Just go out there and play your all. It starts on the defensive end, fly around. Obviously, I might have been a little too aggressive tonight, but, you got to take some to give some. So, I'm just happy to get back out there and, continue to bring that energy.
You didn't hesitate on really any of your 3-point opportunities that you got. It's a big thing for Ty over the years. He's talked about his young guys, like he wants you guys to be out there. How much of that is just that's the way that you are, and how much of that is like a conversation with Ty telling you to let it fly?
It's mostly just confidence in yourself, I think. We all have confidence and the team, the coaches all pour confidence into me. So just with that confidence, it's easy to just let it fly when I'm out there.
Cal Poly, now to Nevada, then now played 5 minutes. Now you played 25 minutes. Speak to that journey and process, and then I already know the group chat going crazy right now for you too. So for you, like having a game like that and your first opportunity, speak to that and where you've come from up to now.
It just speaks volume. It doesn't matter like where you hoop at, who you hoop for. It's just all about the work you put in. It's about the work you put in, and I just want to show that anybody from mid-major to D2, wherever you come from, like we all have opportunities with talent. With talent, the scouts are going to find you. So just keep hooping and go from there.
We talked in the preseason about catch and shoots and then dribble pull-ups. You're just letting it launch out there. You look really comfortable. I know you talked about that you work on that, but in an NBA game, it's a little bit different. Do you feel different out there, or was it just the same as?
When you get open shot, you got to shoot it. So just feeling comfortable in my shot right now, and all the confidence that poured in from my teammates, and going through the game plan. If you're open, you got to shoot the ball. So I'm just having confidence in myself and letting it fly.
Jordan was talking about you guys are the young guys all being a tight unit. What is meshed between you?
It starts early in the summer. I think all the young guys got to be here early in the summer. So, just all the sweat, tears, blood that you put in early in the summer, that's a bond you can't break. So, all the hours we put in, working here when nobody else is here, really helps you build that bond.
When you're out there with those guys, how much fun is it?
So fun. Just enjoying moments where they could succeed and I'm succeeding through them. It's awesome. We had a couple of connections, me and Jordan, that felt great.
What's been the biggest difference between college regular season to this regular season for you in terms of
how many games there is? It feels like every other day I'm playing. So it's definitely a different schedule. So rehab and practice and all that is definitely different. So I'm just trying to keep the body prepared to play every night.
I've been talking to a lot of rookies. They've been talking about how coaches are telling them they're going too much. Like, yo, you got to chill out, rest your body a little bit. How has that been for you in terms of like figuring out your schedule, getting efficient work in, and then, you know, kind of dialing it down a little bit because you have so many games?
We have a great PD staff here that, you know, helps manage that, and training staff that helps manage that. So, you know, I'm trying to get in the gym as much as possible, you know, keep the craft right, but they tell me when I need to get in and when not to. So I'm just trying to listen to them and, you know, listen to the vets. They know more than me, so just trying to sponge in all the information I can.
Are you guys looking forward to just going on the road and just getting away for 12 days and just kind of hitting like a reset almost?
I think we look forward to a game, the next game every time. So we're looking forward to going to play Dallas. We're not really looking past that game. So, you know, Dallas gives us another opportunity to find ourselves, and hopefully we catch momentum.
Thanks, Kobe.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Now, are you looking at this as an opportunity to?
Yeah, I mean, to say I'm not would just be a lie. Like, you know, next man up mentality. Just stack days, stack games, you know what I'm saying? Just go out there, try to be consistent as possible, and just see what the team needs.
You guys were like, you and Kobe were able to come in and bogey and really close the gap on even take the lead.
Yeah.
What was working for you?
I just think that group specifically, and I'm not saying anything about any other group, but we just found a way to move the ball. It wasn't stagnant. And I think we were just playing for each other. And just, you know, if you're open, you got a lane, drive it. If someone cuts you off, swing it to the next man. And I think everybody did a good job in that group.
When you're down in the G League, you obviously have the ball in your hands more. You're getting downhill a lot. You're getting to the free throw line. Not that you can't do that here, but a lot of your opportunities are catch and shoots and things like that. You obviously shot the ball great tonight. Having that experience last season where you got a little bit of run in the rotation, how much did that help your off-season work, understanding what your opportunities at the NBA level could look like this season?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think last year, that first stint I got, the makeup of the team was just different, right? I wasn't playing with Kawhi, James. Kawhi was obviously out. So that second unit, again, the ball just kind of moved a lot more, so I was able to attack. I mean, I just play out closeouts. That's my game, right? I'm not the flashiest, but I'm going to play an advantage. That's what I'll do. And that second time when I kind of got another look towards the second half of the season, I just wasn't used to playing with Kawhi and James, and they're so ball dominant. It's something that it takes time to adjust to. So this offseason I was able to, I really wanted to replicate it during Summer League, but obviously the situation and scenario is kind of differently, but just focus on playing off ball, mainly improving my shot. I think tonight was a good showing of it, but again, you got to be consistent, and just one time's not enough for me.
Jordan, Ty pointed to the energy that the bench was able to give. You guys hit 15 threes off the bench tonight. How important is it to bring energy, no matter the situation, coming off the bench ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, we all know we have an older team, so our job as quote-unquote young guys is to come and just be a spark, offensively, defensively, and whatever we can do. So whether that's picking up full, whether that's diving on loose balls, like, you know, we're really here to just do all the dirty work and stack days. So whatever the team needs, you know, I could say for the young guys as a whole, we just try to do.
Does that feel like a lot of pressure on your guys' shoulders?
I mean, what's pressure really, right? I mean, it's not like we got to figure out where our next meal's coming from. But, you know, there's a little bit of, you know, kind of have to be perfect a little bit, which is, I mean, how you look at it is however you look at it. But, you know, just going in and being very efficient with your minutes and knowing that, hey, if it's not your night that night, like someone else is either a vet or another young guy is coming in. So just being aware of that and just trying to play hard.
Does playing alongside guys like Cam and guys like Kobe Brown, does that help you get into more of a flow when you're out there?
It definitely does. We're just a unit, man. I mean, the whole team. You know what I'm saying? Not saying anything about the whole team, but the young guys specifically, like, we really just, I mean, we were with each other all summer, right? And we just add new guys each year, Kobe Sanders, Yannick. Like, we just go hard for each other. So when they're out there with you, it's like almost like, all right, come on, let's show them, you know what I mean?
Talk about efficiency. Speak to like the preparation during the season. Everybody talks about off season, but like for you, I know your preparation has been a lot different in terms of what your daily routine is. Can you speak to your daily routine and how it's been for you these last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows, but you know, when we're not playing, like we're working. You know what I mean? Waiting for opportunities like this. Unfortunately, you know, I got hit with the injury early on in preseason, so it kind of sidelined me for a little bit. But I also got to really just work on my ball handling, work on my shot, just really like fine tune a lot of individual work. So it helped me like nights like tonight, you know what I mean, come out and show it. So, yeah.
Appreciate it, Jordan.